Alright, well, welcome back everyone to Curse of Strahd, session 18, where we are dealing with a pond that Saya is of the opinion is a perfectly fine pond. Alright, let's go ahead and start our introductions with Nanaha, the team's heart, played by Lumi-chan. Nanaha is
a monk who's now of the dark persuasion. Human.
Saya is a water genasi genie-packed warlock, and, is cool with the pond. Next we have Raz, played by Mizegus. Raz is
a Shadar-kai fighter barbarian who does not think that watery tart sitting in ponds tossing out swords is the best way to determine government.
Next we have Pocket, played by Daisy. Pocket is
the Tabaxi Phantom, who's probably going to stab the water.
Next we have Team Mom Verity, played by the one and only Mr. Pounce, who is visiting with us while he is on vacation. He is so awesome for coming out. How you doing, Pounce? And Verity is
I made Christmas cookies!
Check.
It was delicious. Divine Soul Sorcerer, but my god, these cookies.
Next we have soon to be the only holy man left in Barovia, as well as Lumberjack Jesus, Axel Sillison, played by Lennon Marks. Axel is
Axel is a devotion paladin who, as good as he is at lumberjacking, is not so great at shoveling snow.
And last but definitely not least, we have our GM extraordinaire, Fluffy Snowfall, here to take us further into the pond of Kresk.
First off, I must say, my child, it is a bold assumption that there would be only one holy man in Barovia.
I said left.
There will be.
Okay, 1 second. Do. Everything, stop. Alright.
Hi, Zan.
Last time, the party had an interesting encounter in the village of Kresk. Driven partly by their desire to be cured of their lycanthropy, they made a bargain with a mysterious holy man only known as the Abbot. Having 3 of the party members cured of their curse, they were asked to retrieve a dress from, retrieve a wedding dress for the Abbot's personal friend, Vasilka. The night before they all planned on heading out, Irina wanted to meet everybody at the pond. Just to have some time together before everyone starts splitting off. However, they were interrupted by a strange voice emanating from the water. This voice calling her by the name of Tatiana. Irina seems to recognize this individual, but she's not sure why. And we shall pick back up where Irina was commenting. Sergei, is that you?
Irina, water people?
I think I know him.
Well, my ancestors led me to this spear with some voices and feelings. Maybe your ancestors are leading you to this water.
The voice chimes in again. Tatiana, my love. I can barely see you. Are you there? At this point, all of you can see, almost underneath the water's surface, the visage of a young, handsome nobleman. His eyes seem sad and lost, focused on Irina's location.
Does it look like Strahd?
Make a perception check. You can see a resemblance. If you were to shave off several years, it's not exactly perfect likeness, but it is similar.
Roz will have his weapons out and be ready, but not intervene.
So does it
Go
does it
ahead.
look like it's almost like a scrying image on the water, or does it look like he's actually in the water?
It looks like the reflection in a mirror. So, like, it looks like he's underneath the water, but, like, reflected into it.
Okay.
Irina is going to take a step forward into the pond.
Verity puts a hand on her shoulder and just is sort of like, a moment.
She turns to Verity. Yes? What
I-
is...
I don't think you should go into the water. Is it... Saya? Please explain this.
I mean, I can breathe underwater, so that's a little hard for me to do. I can go with her. Saya takes a step out with her.
The water is chilly. Not to the point of causing any harm. But it is slightly uncomfortable for one who may not be resistant to such things.
Next level.
Sergey, my love, can you hear me? There's a look of almost confusion on Irina's face as the voice responds. Tatiana, I have waited for you for so long. I never thought I would see you again. Irina kind of hesitates for a moment before taking another step forward.
Was this why we were supposed to bring her here?
She felt a pull here, and what he just said makes me think it's not the guy stalking her, since he just said didn't think he'd see her again, and that other one's been seeing her regularly.
So, just a quick question, Irina. I'm not going to stop you from continuing out. Your name is not Tatiana?
She stands there for a moment. It feels like
no.
it was at one point. Suddenly seeing him reminded me of that.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to stop you. If you feel like you're going under, though, feel free to shove me down so you float.
Alright.
The markings of some sort of illusion.
She takes another step forward. You all can see the visage of the man reaching towards the surface of the water. And there's kind of a ripple at the surface where he's reaching out.
Does it seem aggressive?
It does not seem aggressive, but it seems desperate.
So, wait. She used to be Tatiana? Like 20 years ago used to be Tatiana? Or wait. because she was Nikolai just a town ago. So I'm just, is this like, or has she like lived multiple lives? I'm asking the group at large, who's standing on the bank.
Anyone who wants to can make either an Arcana or a Religion check.
So that'll be good. Oh, I don't even have my character sheet open. Hang on.
Apparently, I don't believe in reincarnation.
I'll go with religion since I'd get nothing out of Arcana. I get nothing out of religion either, but
Hey, thank you so much
Oh,
for
religion
the
makes more
cheer.
sense.
Unfinished business. Welcome on in.
Okay. Verity. Being as tied as you are to strange entities of darkness, and, you know, kind of conversations you've had with Nanaha since her death previous, it seems like when one dies, their soul does not pass on as it would in normal planes. And with that, and the number of, or, you know, the strange phenomena of soulless individuals that you've seen, it seems likely that with enough time, a soul would find its way to a baby if there's an absence of a soul at the time of birth. It's basically a very closed system. So probably, yeah. Her soul's probably been recycled.
Well, we will relay that to those in earshot, which I guess they're not too far away. Possibly some remnant of a past cycle lingers on in her mind. Still, I am not comfortable with this, but I am also unfamiliar with it.
She is going to take another step forward.
Well,
At
then I
this point-
think we ready for any hostile actions, but otherwise, let her do what she feels she must.
There, at this point, the ripple, you see almost like a hand made out of water reaching out from where the man's arm hits the surface.
As we take this step forward, Sai is going to have Mogget actually fly back to the group because Mogget does not have a swim speed.
well, this would explain the baby, but are we? I mean, Sai is out there with her. I'm not sure if we're trusting her, or if we're trusting Irina, or if we're trusting Sergei.
I think we should trust Irina and our ability to get to Irina if things go south.
She looks back at the group. There's a tentative look of sadness on her eyes. She takes another step forward. The water up to her chest at this point.
This doesn't feel right.
So what's your plan here, Irina?
I don't know. There is a part of me begging to be with him. But I don't know what that would mean.
Can I do an insight to see if Irina's been charmed or anything like that?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. She is acting. She's acting in a manner that seems like she's being compulsed forward. But you're not sure if that's magical or otherwise.
Perhaps a spellcaster should try.
Or
I
someone who
can't-
doesn't have a -3 insight?
Oh, I was going to say akin to Roz because I have been controlled before. I mean, well, he already rolled it. That's fine. Instead, I do want to move over and knock an arrow and train it on Sergey.
You can roll too if you want.
Oh God.
You're not entirely sure. She's acting strangely, but yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, you can see that she's conflicted, so she's not 100% on board, but she's still pushing forward. And you can kind of tell, like, she wants to go, but she also doesn't know what will happen.
So is she's there from the shoreline? I can't click buttons. I want to use my divine sense and just see like if this guy is going to ping as a fiend or undead or something, or if just there's any like lingering evil, like if there's something that should be a warning flag, basically.
I would say there is not a sense of celestial or fiend. There is a very faint trace of undeath, but not strong. Like, if you were to cast this in the presence of a fully manifested ghost, or like a zombie or something, you would get a very, we'll say like 100% register as undead. This is coming across as about 20%.
Interesting.
I've seen enough. I gotta take initiative, guys. I'm gonna fire.
Okay. Fire
I
the
have
shot.
to assume it's a monster.
Fire the shot. You launch an arrow towards the spot in the water. It hits the visage of this man. You see like this watery hand, Irina is reaching for this watery hand. The hand is reaching out towards her, and the arrow splooshes just right in the center of that. And you see like there's the ripple on the surface of the water. The hand kind of like falters and collapses. Irina looks back at you confused.
I don't know what it is, and it's freaking me out.
Irina, do you think you can maybe ask it what would happen if you interacted with it?
At this point, the water is still rippling, and the reflection of the man hasn't returned. As she looks back, confusingly, you hear the swirling of winds. The night sky gets further blacked out with dark, ominous cloud cover.
Is there anyone else from the town, like, out and about here?
Not at this point. It's late enough at night. Most people are probably in their cabins for the evening. I am going to need everyone to decide where they're going to stand right now.
Where I am's good enough.
You see the clouds forming. An angry, almost feral, humanoid face. And with a loud roaring boom, you hear, "You will not have her! She is mine!" And I need Saya to make me a dexterity save, please.
Oh boy.
Oh,
It was so close.
It was right there.
Okay, Saya, you take 30 points of lightning damage, and you are blasted back towards the shore. About 20 feet.
Did Irina get hit by that as well?
She did, and she gets blasted back towards the shore, almost ricocheting across the water like a skipping stone.
Ooh, what do I have to roll to have Verity make a try and like catch her as she like?
Make a dex save.
God, damn agile casters! All right, come on, power of the heart, please. Oh Lord.
You miss her as she just skips by you and settles right next to Axel. She is unconscious and breathing extremely weakly. At this point, the crackling electricity forms across the pond's surface, and you see hovering above it a man riding a jet black horse with a mane made of fire. And he is furious at this moment.
Is it? I mean, we all see that it's Strahd, but is it very clearly Strahd?
It is very clearly Strahd.
I'm firing another arrow. Fucking hate this guy.
I'm gonna run up and try to start healing Irina.
Alright, I will need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Ow.
I didn't select my thing. Sorry, Fluffy.
It's
Same,
okay.
my fault.
It's such a good thing Saya has so much HP.
Well, I think this confirmed that it wasn't Strahd trying to lure her into something.
Yep.
I'm still convinced it's a water monster.
I'm just sitting here going, man, it's a good thing I'm a Ganassi because 30 in one shot on most casters is not okay.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Pocket also forgot, and he has a 21. Come on. There you go, Matt.
It might just be my new headset, but Fluffy's really quiet for me.
She goes in and out a little bit.
Yeah, she was a little quiet at the start, and then I turned her up in Discord, and I think sometimes, because she rolls physical dice, she looks away from the mic a little bit. Because she's got a really nice setup.
That's better.
Ooh, hello.
Sorry, I had to reinstall my audio drivers yesterday.
Ooh.
Ew.
It's very good.
All right.
Spooky music. And also a lot. But this way you can also
Okay.
listen to what
Pocket
we've
has a
got.
21.
No. A bit didn't do that. I did that because you mentioned the music, so this way you can actually check out the music that we
Alright.
have playing.
Top of the order is Strahd with 23.
Oh, darn it!
Sorry, dear. He rolled a 19.
I wrote close.
We're almost there. We're almost there, Lumi. Almost faster than everything.
He looks at the spot where Irina lay, and there's almost like a burning hatred in his eyes as he whispers something, and this giant skeletal hand manifests at the shoreline.
Oh. Okay.
Or not okay.
Alright.
My turn.
One moment. He's going to use his bonus action to to have the hand use Forceful Hand. And it is going to push Verity. I need you to make an athletics check, please.
Okay, hang on. Where's my character sheet? Where is she?
Athletics of the heart!
Our poor casters. Hey!
Okay, wow, yeah. It like shoves into you, and you almost feel yourself like blasted back into Axel. But through sheer determination, you are able to stand your ground. The floating skeletal hand remains, and on the horse, he is going to fly closer to the group.
Please no. Please go away.
Nanaha, you are up.
Instantly, I'm using a healer's kit on her.
Okay, roll.
It's been a while. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to click for that.
It should be on your actions. There should be something for a healer's kit on there.
Just a moment. Okay, and I should still have movement left, right?
Correct.
I am going to use my movement to try to drag her away from the water's edge. She should be up and running, though, because of my abilities.
She's prone, so if you're going to try and get her away, you'd have to drag her.
That's fine. I will drag her however far Nanaha is allowed. She's got a speed of 40 feet.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Oh, for the love of...
Oh no.
You try to drag her, but you notice that she's kind of crumpled in a strange position, and you would probably do damage if you were able to drag her at this point.
Well, she has 9 hit points, and she is up and running because of my ability.
Pocket.
Oh, fuck me. Fear of Strahd, so we're going to run this way. But, assuming I can hit the hand, I'm going to whip out the rapier and try to hit it.
Okay.
Hey, hun. Just so you know, healer's kit, plus 1d6 plus 4... plus additional hit points to the creature's maximum number of hit points. So,
Okay.
Irina has more than what it looks like on
Okay.
her. I just don't know how to show the text in chat.
That's fine. Pocket,
Derp, derp.
you swing your rapier towards the giant floating skeletal hand, and you connect with it, but your rapier doesn't pierce it. It just, scrapes against the surface, the bony surface of it.
As if I missed, or it's magical and you couldn't hurt it anyway.
Like you missed.
Got it. Is Mogget technically tiny? Can I be in the same space as
Mogget is
they are?
tiny.
Yes, you can.
Time to be brave! And I'll put myself between the hand and Irina.
Okay, Saya.
That thing's gonna trigger an attack of opportunity if I just walk away, isn't it?
Potentially.
Okay. Sorry, I'm checking on something with Mogget real fast. Okay. So bonus action, Saya is not going to be in this spot anymore.
Poof.
we are. Where do I want to go? I do not want to group. Grouping is bad. We're going there. And then for my action, I'm going to have Mogget vanish and reappear at my side, which is a part of the Find Familiar thing.
Oof.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Verity.
You moved too far. I can't double heal now. Well, we'll slide past Pocket over here, best we can, and we'll spend a couple of sorcery points, extendo healed for Sai, who just got obliterated.
Okay.
Everything's like squished on my one screen on my laptop. It takes forever to find.
Just tell me what the max roll would be.
Oh, I have to look at it. I found it. Okay, so it would be 1d8 plus 5, and she's going to cast it at 2nd level. So
2d8?
2d8 plus 5, which would be 23. No, 21.
Perfect.
enjoy 21 hit points. And that is her turn.
Hey, Crazy Trickster.
Roz, you are up.
Are we thinking about fighting this or trying to get away?
Nanaha just wants to get Irina out of here.
Does Irina not have a turn on the turn order?
She's at the end of the turn order. She was also unconscious, so...
Touche.
So Irina is hurt, and we might be outmatched. We should run if we can.
Well, then Raz will join Nanaha in trying to get Irina away.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics. Yeah, you can drag her, so if you're dragging her, you can move half your speed.
Okay. Is there any action cost to grabbing her, or no?
I will say bonus action.
Okay. Well, then I have a total of 60 feet of movement. It costs me 20 to get to Irina. So then I can go 40 after that. So 20?
Yes.
So I drag her 20 feet south on this map. Which technically puts me off the map, but...
Yes.
And I'm doing my best not to, under the shoulder kind of thing, running alongside her. So I'm looking away from Strahd for whatever good that might do.
Okay. Sounds good. Axel.
Axel is going to say a little prayer under his breath and then step forward. And he's going to withdraw the holy symbol, the fancy one. Was it the holy symbol of Ravenkind?
Yes.
From under his chest, hold it forward and say whatever I'm going to use the sunlight ability. So make 60 feet of sunlight.
Please tell me it's sorry.
I believe that's 5 charges.
Yes, that's 5 charges.
I should just do it this way.
Should I put an aura on myself for that?
You garbled out.
I said I asked if I should put an aura on myself for that. That looks like Fluffy got it.
Yeah. So there's just this eruption of bright light. You see Strahd's skin beginning to burn as ashes start floating off of his person.
And that
doesn't seem to be dissuading him much.
Sure. And then I'm going to quick turn my head to the rest of the group. Get the fuck out of here! I'll hold him as long as I can.
Okay. It's Irina's turn.
Just so you know, we can't see the aura around Axel.
Weird.
Yeah, I think there's an extra button you have to press for auras because they're a mess like that.
The whole map looks like kind of set.
Holy God.
Yeah, it's 30 feet bright, 30 feet dim, so...
That's insane.
There is currently a mini sun burning around Axel.
Clap on.
Irina kind of groggily comes to. What happened?
Your
Strahd came,
stalker
run!
hit you with lightning.
And she looks back and will continue.
I wouldn't let her. I would turn her head away.
Okay. She'll run with you. Okay, it is Strahd's turn. The sunlight blisters at his skin. You can see a pained look in his expression, but he doesn't really seem to care. He is going to use his bonus action to cast Clench Fist from the hand. Axel, your AC is 21? 20, okay. That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Excuse me? What? Ow! 27 to hit.
Yeah, meaning the roll was a 27 to hit.
Yeah,
Not
yeah, but I
damage
mean,
yet.
still, in order for me to get a 27 to hit, I'd have to nat 20 it.
Okay, Days, little bit of meta. Strahd is what you call a big bad evil guy. We shouldn't be fighting him here.
We are
Okay.
wee baboos by comparison.
That is 28 points of force damage.
Okay.
Oh, he big bad.
There is a reason he's on the cover, and his name is in the title. And just think, you were the one who shot an arrow at him to piss him off.
Fuck that guy.
Alright, for his
Yeah,
action,
CT, he is.
he is going to look at Pocket.
Oh no.
And I need you to make me a wisdom save, Pocket.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Nice. You
Oh,
just
God.
made the DC. You just made the DC.
My heart sank.
He looks at you, and he says, "Get her for me, friend." And his words almost take hold. But then you remember what happened that night in Valaki, where you let him into the church. And you resist with that memory.
And I'll say the same thing I said in Esmeralda's caravan. Fuck Strahd.
Nanaha, you are up.
I am going to run towards Irina and kind of just block her from sight. Patient defense. I can't see her, so am I there?
You are.
Patient defense. Is there any way I can try to keep things from getting on her, or can I only defend myself?
No, you would be defending yourself, but you're interposing.
Good enough.
Okay, Pocket.
Shit. Okay, can't leave Axel.
Told you to.
Verity. Axel's tough. He's tough though. Bonus action disengage from this thing.
Okay.
Sweep around to behind Verity. Oh, if I pull her away, that doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, right?
Forced movement does not provoke.
No, it does not.
Then I will grab her, and we will start hauling ass.
Grab her where?
Probably like under the arms because I can move really fast.
Fuck it! She lets up this like surprise squeak.
Roll athletics, please. Alright, yeah, you were able to drag her away at half your speed.
With an action that first move, are we calling 5?
Yes.
Okay, then I have what? With an action dash, 75 feet of movement left. Half
Yes.
to. Are we just calling that 40?
It'd be 35.
Yeah.
Or either way, I'll pull her the maximum distance away.
Okay. At this point, after you do that, Strahd is going to use a legendary action to cast a cantrip. He is going to cast Ray of Frost at Axel. Okay, that's 16 plus 8, so that's 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 13 points of cold damage, and your speed is reduced by 10. Saya, you're up.
Alright. Sai is just going to, like, wring her head a little bit. Lightning's still a little crackling. And she's going to take one step forward. Mogget's coming with us. As he's on the shoulder. And she's going to look at Axel. Run, you sanctimonious fool! And we're going to, make a very poor decision and Eldritch Blast at Strahd.
Okay.
And then the second one.
Okay.
Which neither are hitting.
Nope, they both whiz right past him. The black horse snorts a jet, like a flaming hot, just burst of breath out of defiance. And in response,
Oh yeah.
Strahd is going to dismount Bucephalus and use the legendary action to move.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Bucephalus. That's a good horse name.
Yeah.
Wow, he's close.
She's just gonna bare her teeth at him.
Verity.
Panic. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do first is we'll Okay. We'll eat one first level spell slot for a sorcery point with a bonus. Gives us 3, and then we'll use up all those to give Axel some third level healing from a distance. He just got like crunched and then frosted. Where the hell is it on this? I'm getting old. Hang on. Found it.
Do keep in mind, you are 40 feet from where you originally were. We're like off the map.
Because I see myself on the map, and
Yeah, well, you 5 that are in those trees, as far as I'm aware, are off the map based on your movements.
Yeah, it's true.
then I can't see him. So
I'm just keeping you on for purposes of spells and stuff that may have long range.
I guess there's really not a whole lot she can do, huh? Oh wait, yes she can.
Well, our
Sorry,
our
I just wanted to make sure you were safe.
Our particular
I've
group
got some long
apparently
ones in
plays
here.
this
Wait a
game
second.
by fighting Strahd at level 5.
I'm having trouble keeping everything on one monitor. There we go. Yeah, let's wing a chaos bolt at him. Hell yeah! Eat random damage, Strahd. Here it comes. Maybe not. Okay, nope. Well, we tried.
Well, we'll be very happy to answer any
Okay,
questions
good
for
turn.
you on how to run
Is
it.
this the curse of big bad evil guys? You just fuck it. You can't hit them.
No, it's the curse of my rolls. Like, I just can't roll.
All right. Roz?
Roz will continue getting Irina further from Strahd with his actions. They're kind of at this point running side by side.
Okay.
But he will call back, Nanaha, can you darken our escape?
Planning on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, after she chucks her ineffective little like spitball, I mean, she would be following, away. But
So yeah, double move with Irina, or however you want to function, but that's what he's doing. He's
All
doing
right.
his best to get her away and run alongside to make sure Irina is safe.
All right. So then I am going to say at this point, Irina and Roz are officially out of the battlefield. Axel.
All right. Well, I misclicked it already, but I am going to use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
I am going to use my action to put all of my. I'm just going to lay all my hands on me.
Okay.
And then we are going to let Lathander take the wheel and move away from the hand.
Okay.
And if that doesn't go to hell, I'm going to 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30. So I'm a tile off the map.
Okay. So I just realized you can't make spells in effect can't make opportunity attacks, so you're free to go.
Yahtzee!
like how the light moves.
All right. Seeing as everyone is starting to flee except Saya. Bonus action to move the skeletal hand. Bucephalus is going to fly and land next to a tree, causing it to start on fire.
This is not a happy situation.
Strahd is going to use his bonus action with the hand to cast Forceful Fist. That's a 15 to hit.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we've got 12 AC.
Okay, that's 18 points of force damage. Okay. Strahd's turn. He is going to make an unarmed strike
Just
on
need
you.
to leave. Just need to live through this turn.
Okay, that's a 17.
Yeah, I don't think he can miss.
8 points of slashing. And 12 points of necrotic.
Oh my god!
Oh, well, that's that's gonna be something of a problem.
And he's going to use his second attack to do the same. Saya, unfortunately, you're down.
Yeah, no. Like, he hit me for 20 in the last one, and I was at 21 before that, so.
Okay. His skin continues to burn from the holy sunlight emanating from Axel's holy symbol. And that is his turn. Nanaha, you are up.
Well, thank you for screwing up what I was going to do. Do I have enough action economy to, if I use key points, to first heal her and then drag her the fuck away as well?
Healing kit's an action.
Yeah. I'm curious if there's any monk movement I can use key points on to do that.
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
Well, damn. Still gonna have to go over and heal her. I only have one healing kit left, guys.
Wait, does that also count as max healing?
Yeah, no, any dice. So I just get the full 10 out of that.
There's also the bonus of me being a healer.
Okay, so...
That's why I popped it up, because I'm not sure how that will function with you.
13.
Okay.
So it'd be 15 then, right? Because it'd be 10 from the roll, and then Saya has the dice.
So the roll is...
The roll would be 7, or the roll would be 13.
Oh, yeah, the roll is 13, but she adds HP equal to her maximum number of hit dice. So her max HP is plus 5.
Okay, so it'd be 18 then.
No, they're two separate effects. 13 healed, max HP plus 5. Oh, wait, never mind, you're right. Sorry, I'm dumb. It would be 18.
Poof away, you little idiot!
Run first!
I can't if I have to drag you! Am I allowed to run after this, though? After
you still have your
action?
movement, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run away.
Okay. Strahd is going to make an attack of opportunity.
Yes, he is, and I'm still gonna try.
That is a 26.
Does she not get any kind of like step of the wind disengaging effects?
If she wants to take it, she could.
Absolutely.
I was gonna
Okay,
say,
step
what
of the
about
wind.
key?
I didn't know if I could use them or not. I said, is there any monk shit I can use on this?
You can
So,
use that just like
run away.
disengage as a bonus, yeah.
Okay. Disengage, run away, use the key point. Whee!
And it's me now?
Is Nanaha off the map? Or is...
Yeah, I imagine she's off the map at this point.
Okay.
Well, I'm the only one fast enough to save her. So...
I'm on my feet, don't worry about it.
Feline agility. Nah,
1 second.
sorry.
Okay, so that is 8 points of slashing damage. He's using a legendary action to punch her in the throat.
Her being Nanaha or Saya?
Saya.
Okay.
And another 16 points of necrotic.
So we're back on our feet, or in the ground.
Yeah. Now it's Pocket's go.
Touch the body.
Okay, but admittedly that was kind of funny. She just gets back up and he just punches her. Anyway.
I mean, to be fair, when she got back up, she probably spit in his face, because that's Saya.
Yeah, I mean, she probably woke up, spat at him, and then he just, like, stomped on her throat, since she was still prone.
It's pretty funny. But, so feline agility to be able to go fast, boy, and I have to risk the same thing. If I run back towards... Well, fuck it, we're just going to do it. Run back here, try to grab Saya, and... Let's see, because it's with a dash, it's 160 total without using my bonus action. So I will try to grab her. Can I disengage while I'm trying to pull her away?
You can, so that would be action grab, bonus action disengage.
Then I can move 8. Well, then I moved 80, but I was like 10 off the map.
Yes.
So it'd be 10, 15, 20, 25, and then the remainder halved. So what was that? 55 half, so 25 feet off the map, or 25 feet down.
Yeah.
Come on, move!
Saya, I need you to make a death save.
Click in. Where are my death saves?
Okay, that's one success. Verity, do you want to do anything, or are you running?
He's lit up and silent.
Oh, cool. If I put my headset up, it. Oh, cool. Sorry.
It's okay.
Is she near us? Did Pocket drag her near us?
Yes.
Can I theoretically get a spare the dying on her before as we're moving?
You can certainly try.
I mean, how do I try? You do or do not, right? Either it works or it doesn't.
You begin to cast, and you see the magic, like this dark, shadowy material washing over Saya, but then it instantly is evaporated.
Oh, so it's do not then. All right.
Strahd counterspelled.
Cool. Oh, God, he's such a... All right. Guess we'll just keep running then. Another stellar turn.
Roz keeping running. Axel keeping running.
So given where I like in my head where I think Pocket and Saya ended up like off that turn, if I run on like a diagonal like down left, would I intercept them to like be able to put a cure wounds on Saya?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, so I am running, but I'm gonna like change my course so I can heal Saya.
Okay. All right.
So it's the first level cure wounds, but that is 11.
Well, she gets max, so it would be...
Right.
Yeah, I think he was just
11.
rolling to show.
Yeah, it would be 11, yeah, with the max there.
All right. As you guys just start running back into town, you hear the sound of something collapsing like a wooden structure. And then you see an explosion as water and steam begin just pouring up into the air.
Maybe he's killing the water monster.
You see this gigantic cloud of steam where the pond, like rising up over where the pond was.
Pretty sure if he's trying to kill it, it was a water friend.
Okay, the music stopped. My heart still is going now.
People begin to start looking out of their cabin doors as this just fog steam cloud is rising up over the village.
Sai is going to yell at them to stay indoors. It's not safe.
I say, point of order, you are, although probably conscious because Axel healed you, still being dragged.
Yeah, like,
at full run.
She's not happy about it, but...
You guys see just a few pinpoints of burning light vanish off into the distance.
In
As
the
if
air?
a streak of flame basically rising up from where the pond was and heading off into the night. Alright. Running back towards the village, you make your way to the burgomaster's cottage. The sun fully set in the sky. Just this dark, ominous cloud cover remaining. Many of you beaten and bruised, breathing heavily. Irina's quiet and contemplative. People are looking out of their windows. But very few people are willing to actually leave the confines of their structures. You make your way back to the cottage.
Hey, thank you so much for your raid there, Master of Rem. Master of Rem. There we go. Hey, how was your campaign going?
You make your way back to the Burgomaster's cottage. Dimitri and Anna are both there, very confused at the doorway.
Tell us all about it.
What happened?
The lord of
Strahd.
the land decided you didn't like your water very much.
You see the two of them go slightly like their sun-weathered skin goes slightly paler. That is not good. No, that is very unfortunate for all of us. I am just glad that all of you made it back safely.
Sai is going to shrug off Pocket finally and stand up. If you get enough containers together until we can determine the damage to your pond, I can provide water for the village.
Dimitri nods. That would be valuable. That would be very invaluable. I will go put the pot. Alright, put the kettle on. Does anyone want tea?
I would love some.
Please.
Irina chimes in.
Yeah.
I would like some as well, please. She goes, starts getting the fire going, and serves out tea to everyone. Irina just kind of quietly holds the mug and kind of just 1,000-yard stares at the surface.
Verity is doing a little, sort of like a helicopter thing. She's kind of, just hovering, fussing over all the lightning damage and everything. But, still trying to give her space, but also not giving her space because she's worried and doesn't know how to express it like a normal person.
So Axel is just kind of sipping his tea, very proper, pinky out. I just kind of looks over at Irina. So where you at?
What do you mean?
Are you okay for one? But are you okay?
No. Not really.
Who, if you don't mind me asking, who is the man? I know who the man that showed up was, but who is the man in the reflection?
I think there is a part of me that says that his name was Sergei. And we were to be married.
So he's not a water monster?
No. I guess you could say he is related to the monster.
Wait, like the monster? Like related to Strahd?
Yes.
They did have a very strong family resemblance.
Sergei was his younger brother.
Oh.
And she just kind of sips at her tea.
Sorry, the alarms are going off in my head right now. I'm pouring through notes right now. Go on.
So, Pocket, why did you feel the need to shoot the arrow both at Sergei and then at Strahd? For someone who's not about killing people and wanting to start things, you sure pushed a lot of buttons.
So when we first came here, we fought a giant sludge monster. Water could have been the same with the creepy watery hand flying out of it, and fuck Strahd.
Valid points all around.
And you didn't think that my opinion that the water wasn't harmful mattered?
You have splashed me with water on multiple occasions.
You'll note I never froze it to you, so it wouldn't hurt.
It still kind of sucks.
And while I appreciate the new bloodthirsty nature and wanting to kill everything you see, perhaps allowing Irina to have seen what her ancestors saw, like I did at the rocks, might have been the better course of action.
What's done is done. So what do we do from here?
Don't know.
Get a dress, try to find a way to fix the pond, because dehydration is not a good way to go.
I can make 20 gallons of water per day.
Sure, but we're not going to stay here for forever.
No, but I can make some today and tomorrow, which leaves the village with 40 gallons. And then we go get our dress.
And as I've been repeatedly reminded, getting Irina safe is our first priority. Where do we go now? Because it doesn't seem like any place is safe for her.
It isn't, but I don't know. Part of me wants to stay here. Maybe there is still something lingering of Sergei in that spot. I don't know.
Maybe Saya should go out and cast her water there first when she starts repelling.
I don't know. I don't want to keep being a burden on you all. I appreciate the kindness that you have shown to me and my brother, but eventually there is only so much running you can do.
Okay, I cannot speak for the rest of the party, but I can say at least for myself, Irina, you are not a burden, you are a friend. And I just want you to be okay. I want you to be happy. You are not a burden.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Agreed. You are a good friend, Irina. If the safest place is in the middle of our marching column, then you are more than welcome there.
There are places that I think you will have to go that may not be... that would put me more at risk. So I don't know. I want to stay here. I want to travel with you. But there are risks with both, I guess.
Very well. And then, like, to the rest of the group. So what do we need to do? Or how are we going to go about it, I guess?
I thought we were hitting up that fabric person's place.
We have an agreement. In exchange for the services provided and the services promised to be continued providing, we need to get that dress. So I think that needs to be our priority. Beyond Irina, of course.
If you weren't so dang creepy, I'd say probably the abbot would be the safest place for Irina, but he's so creepy.
You are not leaving her with that man. He is some sort of flesh sculptor based on the based on the notes I've taken. The woman he is preparing for Strahd's so-called bride is some sort of amalgamation of other people, and that would also explain the strange beings he has there as well. He is not to be trusted.
Whether or not he's to be trusted is moot, in my opinion. He did us 3 services and promised 2 more. So as far as I'm concerned, we are going to get him that dress.
Oh, agreed.
Well, yes, you do not have to trust someone to do business with them, Saya.
Help, though.
Saya snorts at the, it would help though, because she doesn't trust anybody she does business with.
Well, we basically have a more or less a straight shot out of Kresk to hit the, or not to hit, but to visit the textile merchant, revisit Esmeralda, and then head to Valakai. Shall we set out in the morning after Saya is able to provide water for the town?
That would be agreeable. I might, if you have to come back here, I might just stay in the interim time, not to slow you down.
That decision is yours, and right. If you wish to come with us, you're more than welcome. If you wish to stay, we will make sure that you have a safe, warm place to stay.
I appreciate that, thank you. But if you are returning, I will stay here.
Very well.
If that's where we're all breaking to go get rest, Saya is going to find the burgomaster and his wife first, because I can still do my create water today.
It's not hard, they're on the other side of the cabin.
That's fair. Yeah, so she's gonna find them. I can make 20 gallons per day. My companions and I are going to be leaving in the morning to fulfill an obligation we agreed to. I would like to make 20 gallons tonight and then more in the morning for you.
That would be greatly appreciated. Hopefully the pond is not as drained as you are expecting, but it will be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Just point me where you want the water.
We will get some barrels. Come, Dmitri, let us go borrow some from our neighbors. They come back with several, kegs of barrels.
Okay. Yeah, because of it's a racial, it casts at 2nd level no matter what, and so it creates 20 gallons.
Okay.
If that's the only thing you're doing for the night and you don't think that we're going to get hosed further, maybe cast it even higher?
I can't. It's a
can't.
racial. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
dang.
racial, not a spell that I know.
Well, dang.
Hi, HBG.
Okay. Unless anyone has any other business they want to attend to, y'all can get yourself a long rest.
Donna Hunt badly needs to shop. Can't shop anywhere, though.
Nope.
Nobody, but we did fight Strahd.
Microphone down, otherwise it doesn't work. Sorry. Before they go to bed, Verity will ask Saya if she needs to have her wounds seen to, or Because otherwise she's going to stay with Arena tonight for, reasons. That she'll say reasons is the reason she said.
Saya's gonna wave her off. I'm fine.
I mean, that won't be too hard. You guys are... all the beds are in the main chamber of this cottage.
Also, technically, Rez.
Yeah, it's barracks style.
That's right. They have a bunch of dead kids. I forgot about that since last week.
Technically, Rez.
Oh,
and
thank
Axel
goodness for the
still
dead
have
kids.
Lycanthropy.
Please tell me you didn't say that out loud.
The fictional ones. Not. Yeah.
No, I'm saying in earshot of the Burglemaster.
Oh God, no, that's not in character. Oh my God.
That was a
Double
pounce,
checking.
not a verity.
Double checking.
Try to use her voice when she speaks.
All right, if no one has any other business, you all make your way to a night's rest. You wake up in the morning, gather your things. Saya makes some more water. Do you want to visit anything before you leave?
Might want to check on the damage.
All right. For anyone who wants to go back to check on the pool, the gazebo that was sitting there as well as the wooden statue are completely destroyed. Looks like they were just broken by sheer force. And the water level is about reduced by half, and there's a blast crater that you can see through the water.
Well, this could
And
have
the luminescence that was in the water previously, kind of how it was like crystal clear and sparkly, that's faded.
So Strahd destroyed whatever was magical about this water?
Yes.
Looks that way.
Okay, good. So my attacking it really did nothing.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
You not bullying me helps me sleep at night!
Does it?
I'm sorry, are you finding it a bit
I'm gonna kill him.
Bring it on, pussy.
I'm saving you, Axel. I'm gonna kill Roz.
I think we're gonna need him alive.
I will separate the two of you if you cannot at least pretend to respect each other while we travel together.
He means no harm, Pocket. Or at least not to us.
I guess my question is, though, what is Strahd waiting for if he can just go everywhere? If he can do all of that and all of this and just take Irina or Tatiana, then why hasn't he done so yet?
If I apologize, this is probably going to sound crass, but why does a cat play with its food?
Well, I guess that's what I'm asking. Is he just toying with the whole thing? Because then it seems like he's just a child throwing tantrums.
I mean, maybe this is not something you have understood, but typically if someone's seeking a lover, they want them to come willingly. Clearly he can force people to do what he wants, but my guess is he wants her to come to him of her own accord.
Victory doesn't taste as sweet if they don't work with you.
That and trying to keep her in the castle when she doesn't want to be could be bothersome.
Franz and Saya, mark down a point of inspiration, please.
Men like Strahd always have ulterior motives. They tend to have schemes within schemes in motion. I've seen it before with some who were clever enough to make it work, others who only thought they were, but they always seem to have 6 or 7 plans in motion. I am quite certain things are at least partially advancing according to his design, despite our best efforts.
Seems like a huge waste to me. All this because you're jealous that your brother got the girl? Just give up.
Well, when you are an immortal and have so much time on your hands, you have to amuse yourself somehow.
He could have taken up chess or something, I'm sure.
See, Axel gets it.
Our lives are fleeting. Let's flee.
Agreed.
All right. You gather your horses and your skeletal elk. Your Skelkington.
I did dismiss him. We'll resummon him.
Right, I imagine. You'll make your way through the old Svallish road, heading back into the thick layer of trees. The cloud cover from before seems to still be floating above the skies. A light drizzle of cold rain peppers the path in front of you, making it slightly muddy.
Are we in the wagon?
You are.
Verity will sit next to Pocket if he lets her, and just kind of scritch in between the ears, sort of like, you know. And she's thinking of, you know, like, you know how you just fiddle with stuff when you're distracted, and you just kind of, you know, a nervous thing. She's kind of nervously fiddling with his, you know.
Won't stop her, but won't admit that he likes it.
So we're
You all-
going. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So we're going to the textile merchants?
That's where I'm leading the horse currently.
Weren't we given information that they work with Strahd?
Strahd was using their name. It doesn't necessarily mean they're working there. Either way, this seems to be the most convenient source of precious linen.
Perhaps if we don't arrive at the gate and yell "fuck Strahd," she says, giving Pocket's ear, a deliberately a little bit stiffer rub, we might be all right.
Works for me.
Alright, I just don't feel like getting stomped in the throat twice in 2 days. So, you know, some delicate talking was probably going to be useful here.
I figured I'd let you do all the talking. You seem to be very good at it.
Perhaps you should have run instead of launching some magics at Strahd then.
Yes, because Axel, who cannot just teleport 30 feet away, was definitely going to get out if I wasn't a distraction.
But, Saya, that almost sounds like you caring about someone else. I thought you did not do that.
I don't. However, Axel does have a particularly useful place in our group.
Or we could all just be friends. You know, who'd have thought?
Well, I'd say that's progress. As she looks down at Pocket, wouldn't you say that's progress?
I mean, I think we're friends already, but, you know.
I thought you wanted to kill me, Pocket.
You're already dead.
Inside, perhaps, but not elsewhere.
All right. The road is bumpy, if not a little slick. Nanaha, can you make an animal handling check, please, to keep Minadora? Okay. There's a few moments where you have to help her, where she's slipped a little bit on some of the mud. But you are able to keep going through the slick old road. You see the columns of smoke billowing from the manor that you all passed before. There does not seem to be a gate barring it from entry. There's a path that leads off of the road into the woods.
HPG.
Heading towards it.
All right. You make your way to what is a very sizable, stately manor. Everything about it is crisp and clean. The doors are a bright painted red with kind of engravings carved into them of two griffins kind of facing each other. There is a place for you to park your wagon and continue onward.
I'll I guess I don't need to tie up Alexander, but I'll leave Alexander next to Minadora there as well.
Okay.
We're just walking inside?
We can knock.
That seems like the most polite way to state we want to do business.
All right. Knocking at the front door eventually creaks open. You see two burly-looking men opening the doors. Can we help you?
Saya smiles and gives them a curtsy. We're hoping to speak with someone about buying a dress. We heard this was the finest textiles in the area.
Typically, Lord Von Holtz sells his wares directly in Valakai. He did not say he was expecting guests today.
He's not expecting us. We were hired to find the perfect dress. You may have noticed we're not really from around here, so please forgive us for the uncommon and unannounced visit.
She's
roll me,
disconcertingly good at this.
roll me a persuasion check, please. The two guards, kind of like eye up the party. One of them opens the following door behind him, and a few seconds later pops his head out. You are allowed to come in. As you are walking into this main chamber, or the main entrance, you see that the wooden floors are very well polished, and the interior doors are framed in iron and made of a very solid wood. Above the doorway is a framed portrait of a handsome young man. His eyes are warm and inviting.
What a lovely home.
As you enter into the entry parlor, a warm fire crackles in the fireplace, illuminating a large and very lavish entry hall. The room is sparsely furnished, however, with two suits of armor flanking the doorway. An inviting melody seems to flow through the halls, coming from elsewhere in the estate. A young blonde woman is holding a platter of teacups and turns to greet you. Oh, hello! I did not know Mr. Van Holtz was expecting company. I should have cleaned up before you arrived. How embarrassing. Come in.
Please do not feel put out on our account. We were unexpected.
That is fine. Come in. Can I offer you anything? Tea? Biscuits?
Biscuits, yes.
That'd be very nice. Thank you.
It would be greatly appreciated.
Alright. You all are allowed to move up forward. The door has been opened. You can move into the entry hall.
Haha. Found it. But yeah, so Saya is proficient in all of the face skills, so...
Curious. This place seems so much more well kept than literally everywhere else we've been.
The woman kind of laughs. Well, Mr. Van Holtz he prides himself on a tidy environment. Let me go see if my husband has some biscuits prepared for you all. She rushes away and comes back with a plate of warm, little sweetened breads, kind of like scones. And she offers them to the party.
I'll take 2.
I will go see if Lord Van Holtz is able to visit with you. My name is Danya, by the way. I am the housemaid.
Thank you very much, Danya.
It is a pleasure to meet you all. I rarely get to meet new people since taking this position, so always happy to see when there is company.
You.
As you are left kind of enjoying your strangely offered refreshments, Danya knocks on the door and heads in. About a few minutes go by when she sticks her head out. You are allowed to come into the den if you would like to.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
As you enter,
I'm listening for monsters in the walls.
roll perception.
Oh no.
Almost an at 20.
There seems to be no monsters, and you don't trust that pocket.
Fuck no, I don't.
If I
You
see
enter
Pocket
in-
trying to draw a bow, I'm going to scoot it back down.
You enter your way into a large, warm room. Several padded chairs adorn the furnished chamber. A roaring fire outlines the shape of a large mastiff resting in front of the hearth. As you all arrive, he sticks his head. You see the large canine head peering up from behind the cushioned sofa, and sniffs loudly at the group. A small, fluffy black cat pays the entrance of new arrivals with no heed, as it rests atop the cover of a large harpsichord. Sitting at the keys is a strikingly handsome young man, adorned in a navy-quilted long coat and a fine silk and red tunic. He turns his head to see you all enter, and he stops his playing at the instrument. Oh, hello, everyone! Good day to you all. You caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting anyone, so when Danya said that we had company, I did not know who to expect. How can I help you? My name is Vasily Van Holtz. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Saya curtsies. It is a pleasure to meet you as well, Lord Von Holtz. I am Saya. My companions here are Pocket, Axel, Verity, Nanaha and Raz. We were informed that you make wonderful textiles, and we were hired to find a particular type of wedding dress.
Well, if you are willing to stay for a little while, it will take some time for me to make one from scratch. I imagine that this is a rush job, yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, I do have a few of my employees here that could potentially start working on it today. Normally, I typically handle the selling of my wares at Valaki. But, you know, you all look like very nice people, and I would hate to put you out at such a time.
Saya curtsies again. I greatly appreciate it. We should discuss payment, of course. Your wares, I'm sure, are very much worth.
Yes, so typically it would run about, for a custom wedding gown, anywhere from 25 to 50 gold. However, with the recent silk shortage, we have had to pay a lot more from our Vistani sources. So unfortunately, I will have to charge about 200, incorporating that and the speed at which you will need it. Is that acceptable?
Saya glances at the party to see, like, your guys' facial expressions on that.
Axel kneels down to take his pack off and start riffling through looking for the jewelry box and the treasure necklace.
Perhaps some part of this cost could be in trade. We do have a lovely jeweled necklace.
That necklace looks like it has quite a history with it. Does it not mean anything to you?
No. It is something we found not long into our visit to this land.
Ah, yes. I did not wish to assume, but you did have the look of a traveler about you. He kind of laughs. I think my apothecary, Katerina, would like you all very much. She also used to be a traveler. And he will take a look at the necklace. The large black dog is slobbering Nanaha with slobbery licks and headbutting her arm if she stops petting him. Vasily looks at Nanaha and kind of laughs. I see Boot has taken a liking to you. The cat
Boot?
just kind of... Yes, that's the name of my companion there. That is Boot.
Well, yeah, okay, all right. And the cat's name?
Gregor. Gregor seems to be, looking at Pocket.
Same.
Oh... Gregor... I apologize. He's a very territorial little cat.
Oh, it's okay. So's Pocket.
Our apologies are necessary. This is Gregor's home. Pocket is merely a visitor.
All right. Well, let me go get Katerina. She would be able to discern the price of this necklace far better than I. And he kind of just goes around and opens the door to the south of the den. Katerina, do you have a moment? Fine. I guess I can be troubled. And
I want to lean in. Sorry.
coming from the the room to the south is a red-skinned tiefling. She has a set of spectacles to the top of her blouse. She looks a little annoyed at everyone. Yes, I see you have company. Charmed. Now, what was this about needing me for a necklace, Vasily? Well, I just need you to just appraise it for me. They have a very important rush job, and this is how they're going to pay. All right, I can. She takes a look at the necklace. Well, it looks from the patina here. This is quite old. However, it is in surprisingly good shape, all things considered. I would say it put its worth several hundred gold, depending on the buyer.
You cut out several and
She just looks at the party.
You cut out a little
She
bit.
said
between
several hundred, depending on the buyer.
Okay.
I think this would be worthy, if this is what you want, Vasily. Yes, this will be good. Thank you, Katerina. I'm sorry to bother you from your studies. I know you do not like to be bothered. It is fine. It is a pleasure to meet you all, whoever you are.
Saya gives her a smaller curtsy, but still a curtsy.
Studies?
Yes, I have been utilizing the Von Holtz library as part of my payment for staying in the facility as the Lord's personal apothecary.
Library?
If you promise not to get fingerprints or dust on any of the tomes, you seem like the sort that I could trust.
Well,
She
Pocket's
looks
gonna
looks
get
at Pocket.
squeezed on his shoulder and off she goes.
Yeah, she looks at Pocket. You crumbs everywhere. You're not allowed.
Fair. Just eating the last biscuit.
Lucky.
Following,
No worries.
yeah, Verity, as you follow her into the library, you see floor-to-ceiling shelves lining every wall in this room. The number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. Light pours out of the fireplace, illuminating a stack of hardbound tomes, stacked sit next to a heavily upholstered armchair. Katerina makes her way to said armchair and grabs one of the tomes at the top of the stack, puts her again.
Fluffy, you were breaking up pretty bad there. Can you try saying the last sentence again?
Sure. Katerina puts spectacles on and begins reading once again.
Before she gets like too far into it, Verity's gonna, just ask if she could get a little direction, and she's going to try to like discreetly, sort of hint at what she wants to look at, what book she's looking for, but she's not going to be outright with it because generally books on the sort of things she wants to find are not, kosher to be reading.
As you wiggle your way in, she looks at you. What is your name?
Verity?
Ah, yes, you still have your virtue name. You have not been here long, have you?
I don't even know how many. How long? I like all the button. I'm an idiot. How long has it been, you guys? I've completely forgotten.
I would say at this point it's probably been about a month and a half.
6 or 7 weeks, give or take.
Ah, I see. 12 years for me. I formerly went by Starlet, but you may call me Katerina.
See.
What are you looking for?
Roz scraping in the back.
Yep.
She's just looking for books on the nature, and she'll try to sort of like explain, her without really going into too much detail, because it's Verity, her, her quote unquote condition and what she's looking for, and just kind of ask if she had anything that may be research on the subject.
She kind of gives Verity a look over. You will want to look for books on arcane repositories and connection to divine forces. Second bookshelf from the entrance, row 5. You are looking for the book with the greenish-black cover.
Thank you. She seems legitimately surprised to get assistance.
Is that right where Roz is?
Yes.
Roz will casually take a greenish-covered book from the 5th row, start looking at it.
The contents of the book are more or less kind of like a journal-style discussion of ancient sites of power and their connection to divine forces, and how, depending on the overlap of the planar natures at the time, can bleed over from divine forces into arcane arcane sites of power, which in turn can sometimes find their way bleeding into mortal vessels.
Interesting.
She'll, thank you. She'll swing around and kind of stop when she sees what Raz is holding, and, how fortunate. I seem to be looking for exactly that book.
So it is. Rather interesting. You can have it. I'll keep looking at other ones.
And she plucks it up and gets to read, just, I guess, by the table, I suppose. It's boop.
I want to whisper over to Axel. She seems like she belongs here. He seems a little too nice.
Maybe.
There are... after collecting the necklace, my friends, you are welcome to stay here as long as you would like. I am going to head upstairs to meet with my seamstresses and seamsters and get them started on this. It should take a few hours with the measurements you have given. Please do not hesitate to ask for anything from Danya. If you need a place to rest, there are some bed chambers on the 2nd floor. And if you are hungry, please talk to Radu in the kitchen. He's my personal chef, and he's quite the useful and skilled individual.
Thank you, sir.
You are all very welcome. It is a pleasure to do business and make the acquaintance of such charming individuals. But you will keep them in line, yes?
Yes.
Alright, that is a good boy. And he heads off of the room, heading upstairs.
As soon as he's out of sight, Saya turns on Pocket. You will not start a fight with this other cat.
I was not doing anything, narrowing his eyes at Gregor.
Nanaha's just looking around the room for toys to play with Boot.
There are some fibrous balls, kind of like if you took a bunch of straw and like tightly woven them into a ball shape.
Instantly picking up, you want to play? Want to play? Want to play?
He instantly darts to his feet and like wiggles his hindquarters.
Oh yeah, we're gonna play.
As you play fetch, he bounds across the room, causing a few items on shelves to shake. There's a chessboard on the northern side of the den, and the pieces all kind of fall over haphazardly.
She'll try to put them back where she saw them.
All right, what would the rest of you all like to do?
How long does it take to go through this book that she's reading?
If you want to read it quickly, it'll take about an hour. If you want to try and absorb as much as you can, hour and a half, 2 hours.
This would be the type of thing she's been looking for, so yeah, absorb everything she can.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Roll me Arcana,
It's gonna be good.
and you are able to study this.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of it seems to be very complex, and it's talking about planar overlap and the bleed through of divine essence into arcane sites of power, and how that can have a resonating effect with arcane bloodlines. So what this will amount to is you will get advantage on any knowledge rolls pertaining to dark forces. Do the rest of you wish to do anything?
Axel's just gonna kind of look around the den, laugh at the dog and non-hop playing, and just keep an eye on Pocket, make sure that nothing goes wrong with the other cat.
Roz will look around and see if they have anything regarding ancestries, accessing ancestral powers, revisiting, your heritage, things like that.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check. You start looking through the books, and you aren't really able to see what you can find on this layer here with the book that you found, that you took the book that Verity wanted. You could always ask Katerina if she knows of such a thing.
Has she been seeming like she's been eyeing him since he didn't get invited into this room and is just kind of wandering around looking at stuff?
She hasn't been paying attention to him, no.
Okay. Well, he's not going to broach the subject then. So he would just kind of look around for interesting books on, that, the lands of Barovia that they are in, as well as life and death cycles and any sort of journals from people who have died and come back.
Okay. You can find a couple books on the history of Barovia through the ages. Discusses many things about the founding of the villages, the war that took place prior to the founding of Barovia, how the valley used to be resonating very strongly with old ancient magics, and how there were various barbarian tribes that laid claim over the valley.
How do I see these things comparing with the book I have regarding the dark powers? Anything at all?
Nothing directly referencing each other. So it's not really like the dark powers, it's more so the I would say more akin to like Celtic old magic or like Fey magic.
Okay.
And then so that you get into some pages about how the land was conquered by a human general and their army, and how this army settled into the valley.
When he finds some interesting enough passages and sections, he will likely pull out his own set of tomes and begin journaling and summarizing the interesting bits of information that he finds here into his own records.
So there were some important things that, some important information that you glean. Before it was called Barovia, the valley itself was known as Solenka, Tsolenka. And there used to be 4 gods that were worshipped in the land of Solenka. There was the goddess of winter, the god of spring, the goddess of summer, and the god of autumn. Eventually, you do find some information that the god of spring, one of its many names was the Morning Lord. The goddess of summer was also known as the Lady of Life. The god of autumn was known as the Keeper. And the goddess of winter was called Mother Night.
Based on my knowledge of religion and the Raven Queen, does she seem very similar to Mother Night?
No, she seems parallel to Mother Night.
Okay.
She would probably be more in terms of like dogma. She would probably be closer to the Keeper, but there is still a lot of overlap.
Okay.
So is anyone going to ask this guy about his connection to Strahd?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Especially not before the dress.
I'm curious as to why.
Seriously?
I mean, if we're just standing in somebody's house and he, like, super loves Strahd, like, I
Do
fucking
you
hate him.
see any portraits around here of our overlord?
Sigh's
Well, then,
going,
if he doesn't like Strahd, then maybe we should, just confirm that.
Sigh's going to step up to Pocket. She's going to reach up with both hands and take his face in her hands. She's not going to hurt him. No, not a lot of pressure or anything. But she's going to make him look at her. Pocket, we need something from this person. We are not going to do anything that might upset him. Do you understand?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We don't need to ask that question, because as long as he doesn't summon the Overlord upon us, or anything like that, we can just go on with our transaction and leave, and everybody's fine.
I guess.
Sometimes you gotta look the other way for the plan, Pocket.
Can't argue with the logic.
Roz, as you're hanging out in the library, you see Katerina getting up from her armchair. She puts the book on a stack, turns around and sees you. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Are you looking for something?
No, just collecting knowledge. You have a lovely library here, so I'm just finding some interesting passages and noting them down for my own use later.
Ah, well, it is a pleasure to meet a fellow scholar. Your friend Verity seemed interesting enough as well.
Yes, she likes to dabble in things. She has her own areas that she's trying to specialize in. I'm just trying to find interesting things of general use.
That is good. Would you say your party as a whole is as reliable as you two are?
What do you mean by reliable? We are very reliable in some things.
Well,
Other things we can be hit or miss on.
Well, that's good to know. I used to be an adventurer myself. My party was... They had their manner of bickering, but they're all gone now. That is in the past. The reason why I ask is I am looking for something that I have been researching into that may have made its way back into the valley. And I would be willing to pay a considerable amount for anyone who can bring me this item or information about the item.
Well, I suppose telling us about it and what you're looking for can't hurt. If we don't find it, no harm done, and if we do find it, you're better for it.
All right, well, as long as not a word of this is spoken to Lord von Holtz, this is a personal pet project of mine, and I don't want him to dote over me for it. He's a nice man, but a bit mother hennish, if you catch my drift.
I can understand that.
Come, let us go into the den, and I will address your fellows. Oh, good. You all are staying exactly where you were told to. I would like to approach the 6 of you with a business proposition.
Sai's gonna look at Rez because Raz brought her out here, so that seems likely.
He just kind of shrugs and no harm in hearing.
Well, we weren't taking on tasks from the other guy because we were trying to do this thing. So why are we now taking on another thing here?
Sai is just going to... Well, actually, I can't reach Pocket's head because he's so tall.
I am so confused with the logic here.
Pocket,
I
please.
don't know what you're talking about, Kitty Cat, but I am offering to pay a large amount of gold and items for a personal research project of mine.
A lot you say, I'm listening.
Yes, I thought so. Have any of you had any interaction with the Temple of Amber atop the mountain?
We have not been atop the mountain yet, no.
I see. Well, I have been told that a very powerful artifact, a deck of cards, if you will, that have been infused with old powerful magics, may have found its way back into the valley. This item was made by an old Vistani seeker from many, many, many centuries ago. I am interested in it, and I think it may have the possibility of taking advantage of the Vistani's capability of leaving the valley. I have discussed with the Vistani on several occasions, but I have not gotten any sort of straightforward answer. And so, I would like to hire you to look into this for me.
To get some cards.
To get some cards infused with powerful magics from a time when the gods and mortals walked side by side, yes.
And you said this location is the Temple of Amber?
That is correct. That is a site of great magic that still remains, and it has been my personal interest since my... I don't want to say imprisonment, but my imprisonment here.
How much gold are we talking? because climbing up a mountain is really dangerous, and I gotta carry all these guys, and I'm the only one who can really move really fast, and it's a lot of work.
5,000 platinum.
Let's do it.
Sai is going to look at Verity and Roz. One of you two wrote down our reading, correct?
Of course.
Wasn't there something about Amber?
There was.
I wasn't going to discuss it with her in front of us, but yes, there was.
Fair enough. I think we should go.
I see you also spoke with Madame Eva.
Yes, knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors.
Yes, that sounds like the sort of divinary nonsense that she seems to speak.
I think we can agree that if our travels take us up there, we will search for the item you are asking for.
All right, well, if this will help, she pulls out a small set of, like a small of parchment. I also spoke with the seer, and she gave me the same sort of superstitious hullabaloo that she gave you. However, if it helps in finding this artifact, then perhaps you'll be able to make some sense out of it. She hands it over. These are what I wrote down from her reading that she gave to me as well. The first line written down on this parchment. The means to your treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain guarded by amber giants. The second line, look for a dusk elf living among the Vistani. He has suffered a great loss and is haunted by dark dreams. Help him, and he will help you in return. And the third line, I see a man. His mind is broken, but his spells are strong. What you seek lay within his estate, unseen and unrooted.
That unharmed and unrooted?
Unseen and unrooted.
Did you come here with a group of people?
Yes, I mentioned I used to be an adventurer.
How many?
There was about 5 of us in total.
And are you just the only one living?
That is correct. The rest of them died in a foolish assault on the castle. I thought it was more important to stay behind and find more about the supposed enemy.
Hello.
Yet here I am, still the only one standing. And so I made an arrangement with the Lord here to be able to continue research and finding a way to either make my entrapment here tolerable, or to find a way to escape.
So you study in defeat, as opposed to just being dead.
Well, Pocket, considering the remains of the other adventurers we've found so far, I think she made a very logical decision.
I'm sure you've already encountered my former friends at this point. You may say defeat, I say minor inconvenience.
I guess.
Her name's out of character. Her name's Katarina.
Katerina.
Catherine. I'm sorry, you broke up there.
Katerina.
Cather-
Katerina.
Okay, cool, excellent, thank you. Katerina, I'm sorry, this is a slight subject change, but a slightly lighter note. In the library, do you have by chance a book about dancing?
I believe so, yes. I haven't really paid much attention. That is more for Vasili's interests, but I do believe it is in the stack of books that is closest to the fireplace on the western wall. I believe I saw such a thing on shelf 10.
Would it be possible for us to either purchase or come up with some sort of exchange for that book? A friend of ours is looking for it, or looking for a book for dancing.
I mean, I certainly could care less, but you may want to approach that with Lord Vasili. He gets nostalgic for such trivialities.
Well, very well, thank you. At the very least, I will go and check out the book.
Of course. Unless any of you have any other questions, I should return to my own research.
We'll keep an eye out for your item.
Has enough time finished that Verity's finished the book?
Yes.
Okay, well, she'll get it. Give it back to her. With a quiet thank you. Just here you go. She looks a little disappointed that it didn't, give her exactly the location or the origin of what she was looking for. But I mean, she's come to expect that there's not going to be like a journal that says, "Hey, this happened then, and your family is now like this because of this." Yep. So,
no, makes sense.
Disappointment is tempered with, some thanks.
No, makes sense. All of you are welcome, except for the one with dog slobber on her hands and the one with the crumbs in his mouth still.
I would
like licking up.
somebody to prestidigitate my hands if I were to go in. No worries.
Will that spell?
No, you smell of circus folk.
I'm red too.
My point still stands.
Bah.
Smell of circus folk.
Oh, the
What
is too.
Make a athletics check, please. You are currently on the floor. You don't take any damage, but you're currently prone as a big, happy, large mastiff is currently over you, licking your face.
She just started scritching his jaws. Who's a puppy? Who's a good puppy? Ooh.
Tippy tap, tippy tap, tippy tap.
Let's find if we can find a rope to tug.
Verity slides past Sai and she's like, "You're cleaning that up later."
I'm cleaning nothing.
Just do the thing with the water that you do.
Oh, let's break it.
Hey, thank you very much for the follow.
I'm just gonna have a stare down with Gregor while they go on.
Sai is not leaving this room. Like, Pocket needs eyes on him at all times, in her opinions. Especially because he's getting into it with the house cat.
Nanaha is gonna kind of play with the dog in between the sightline between the two cats.
Oh, he's back.
His book's done. Roz will play with the dog as well.
So Axel comes out of the room with like the dancing book, like he's holding up in one hand, but he's kind of like moving, like he's dancing with someone, but just like trying to like figure out the steps. It's like, well, this is way more difficult than it looks.
The 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yes. I was locked
I
in the room.
apologize. Yeah. I apologize for the inconvenience, everyone, but unfortunately, my voice went British. I am sorry for the inconvenience, friends, but unfortunately, two of my seamstresses, Isabella and Careza, have taken a bit of an illness and requested if they could sleep, or they could take the rest of the day off to recover. So, with being down 2 of our seamsters, it may take into tomorrow for the dress to be finished. You are welcome to stay here if you so desire. I do not wish to be an inconvenience. In fact, I will... He hands over a sack of 75 gold. I will be able to make some
Right.
change, and here is repayment for the inconvenience.
We understand. We wouldn't want your seamstresses to be harmed any further than they are. That delay will not be a problem.
Raz remembers how long we have until the full moon. Is that going to be tonight or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be tomorrow.
Okay.
As for lodging, she turns to catch Axel's eye because she's gonna let him make the decision on this.
We are we're waiting until. So sorry. So Axel kind of looks at puts the book down for a second. It's like, oh yes, sorry. So the dress is delayed until tomorrow, and we need. I know you said turning to Vasily.
Vasily.
Vasily. Turning to Vasily. I know you had mentioned that you had lodgings here. Would we be out of line to ask to stay? We can set up outside if needed.
Oh, no such thing, my friends. I actually have to be making to Valakai for some sales. I have a meeting set up with the Vaktar family later for a delivery of linens. And so I will be out for the night, but you are all welcome to use the guest rooms. In fact, my chambers, you are more than welcome to use as well. I do not wish for you to have to camp outside due to the failings of my own employees, and I don't want to stress them out even more.
Not that Lumi thinks there's anything wrong here. Can I just do an insight just to see if what he's saying is true?
Go ahead. From what you can tell, he seems to be being earnest with you.
This guy in Barovia.
What sort of security do you have besides those couple of guys at the front door? Can anyone just walk in and out of your house?
Well, we can give you keys. We would preferably lock the doors. They are very sturdy and well made. There are the 2 guards that I employ, and there are a couple of individual other employees, like my manservant / chef / survivalist Radu. He used to be living in Kresk, and he's very capable as a fighter.
Thank you so much for the follow.
Raj just kind of looks at the rest of the group, kind of leaving the decision up to them. Clearly, he is not a big fan of this, but
Your hospitality is most welcome. Thank you very much. Just real quick, I had asked Katerina about this, but she said to talk to you. Would it be possible to put this book on our tab with the dress as well?
And he takes a look at it. Oh, yes, that was actually given to me as a gift a few years ago by Dmitri in Kresk. Said they had no need for it. Used to belong to the family from many years prior. Consider it a gift amongst friends, yes?
Thank you very much.
Of course, do not worry. As I said, I am sorry for the inconvenience you all have. I know this is not your first choice, but it is nice to have company, and I'm sure Danya will be taking good care of you.
Thank you very much for your hospitality, sir.
Of course. Now, I must be off if I am going to be making the deadline before it gets dark tonight.
Completely.
Do you have any news you wish me to send to Valakai? Anyone? Since I am going there.
Don't even tell him you saw us.
All right. Well, if you need me, I will be staying at the Blue Water Inn.
Oh, no news to send, but if you can check for someone with a friend of ours was staying in the Blue Water as well. His name is Ismark.
Of course. That would not be a problem at all, my friend.
Just if he is still there and how he is faring, we are curious to know.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I hope your night is comfortable, and I will see you all upon my return tomorrow.
Happy marketing.
He bows before leaving the room. A couple of minutes later, Danya sticks her head in. Hi, everyone. Lord Van Holtz tells me you will be staying the night, yes?
This is correct.
Yes.
Do you have any requests for your sleeping arrangements?
Axel
We
and
have
Pocket sleep
several
together.
chambers.
What was that, Nev? You started to say something?
I said Axel and Pocket sleep together. Pocket is not to be left alone.
All right. I am not one to judge, she says, blushing.
Ooh.
I assume they've dealt with every manner of people assuming, so rolls off his back.
All right, well, I will get everything set up. There are a few maids and butlers upstairs that will be taking care of the rooms.
Well, if we're going to be here for a while,
Strange question. Is there any way I could somehow procure a bath? I was told I smell of circus folk.
That's Katerina. She is such a joker.
But I probably do smell.
Do not take it personally, friend. She's what is the word? She can be a little abrasive, but it means she likes you.
You sure about that?
Wow, then everybody in Barovia likes us.
Well, it is like a cat's tongue. Yes, it is very rough and coarse.
Well, yeah.
For a second, Verity looks like she's eyeballing Pocket like, maybe I should verify that, but she doesn't.
Small cat you could do that with.
Yes, there is. One moment. Let me go get some water put on for you, friend.
Thank you so very much.
Of course. Do you request any oils? Rose petals?
Wait, people bathe with that kind of stuff?
Yes?
Oh, let's break it.
I'm
Damn!
used to soap and water.
Thank you very
You
much
got any
for the
fun
follow,
scents?
Moondog.
We have some lavender oils that Lord Van Holtz recently pressed himself.
If you wouldn't mind.
Of course, it would be my pleasure.
I'm not going to be smelling good.
Thank you so very much.
Of course.
Honestly,
And she,
it was easier to say
happily
Moondog.
ventures off.
Well, if I'm just going to get clean, I'm going to go get dirty again. Going to go play with the dog some more.
All right, well, I guess we know what we're doing for the rest of the day.
A moment. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna turn to side and say, hey, this worked out fairly well, it seems.
I'll relax once we have the dress and are on our way.
Reasonable.
Right. Right now, I'm just enjoying the perks. And hello, puppy.
There's a knock at the door to the den.
Here. Hello?
In front of you, you see a well-dressed half-orc. His hair slicked back. He is wearing kind of a quilted tunic. I see you have already met my wife, Danya. I have been informed by the Lord that you will be staying the evening. Is there anything that you would like for me to prepare for tonight's supper?
Please don't put yourself out for us.
It is fine. Part of the employment here is dealing with the Lord's eccentricities. So it is no extra effort on my behalf.
What kind of food were you guys going to have originally?
There is currently a suckling pig in the roast, but in the hearth. I will make sure that there is also some bread and other accompaniments to supplement the meal.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Excuse me. The dinner arrangements sound excellent. Thank you very much. And thank you again for your hospitality. Vasily mentioned that 2 of his seamstresses had taken ill. I don't expect them to continue working, but I can possibly help with their illness if, just to ease them through the night.
If that is something that you wish, then I will go see if the Lord has quite left. He was taking them back to their home in Valakai. They work here but live in the village.
Oh, I see. I misunderstood. I thought that they had lived here. I apologize. If they have left, I mean no trouble for them. I just wish them to convalesce.
I understand. Your talents are not unappreciated.
Worst case, if they're still feeling under the weather tomorrow, you can help them then.
He walks away, comes back about a couple minutes later. Unfortunately, the guards have informed me that they have left with Lord Von Holtz.
Very well. I hope they're feeling well in the morning. Otherwise, I will be glad to attend to them then if they still need.
Yes, I imagine it is a... It did not seem particularly threatening from what I could tell. Seemed like it was some sort of minor affliction. I've had to do some light medic work before, and so their diagnosis was not dire. But rest was important for them.
Of course.
Please make yourselves at home.
And she does.
Lord-
Right back in the library.
Lord Von Holtz has given me direct orders to give you free permission to roam the estate as you desire.
Oh boy.
Oh, did he now?
Pocket, behave.
I'm not gonna do anything. But if he gave me permission to wander anywhere in the estate, I'm just gonna stand in just 5 feet in the room that Katerina didn't want me in.
She turns around as you step in. What did I say?
Mr. Von Holtz said that we have permission to wander the estate as we please.
She looks at you, narrowing her eyes, and you hear
Got my
a
hand
snap. You hear a snapping sound as the quill she was writing with breaks in half. So be it. Do not damage any of the books.
No, I don't want to read. I just want to come in here and bother you. Then I'll leave.
She turns to look at Verity. How do you stand that one?
He's an acquired taste. And she comes and she fixes up the quill with mending and, gives her best apologetic face, which for her is probably not great because that's an emotion and she doesn't do those.
Oh, that is greatly appreciated. Now, if you forgive the intrusion, are your powers, natural or learned?
Natural. I think. Yes, natural. Yes.
She pulls a book from her hip and thumbs through a few pages before manifesting a small ball of fire in her hand, then squelching it closed. Well, regardless, it is nice to find another practitioner of the arcane.
Yes, of course. And, just kind of that sort of muted, awkward silence. And so she kind of like, if she did the sort of thing like twiddling her fingers together, she would, but it'd be like, you mentioned a virtue name. Did you have one?
Yes, my virtue name was Starlit.
See.
Yes. I have not gone by that name since my party died 12 years ago.
Yes, sorry, pry, of course. I just
No, of course.
haven't seen many of us around.
No, it is fine. It's only logical that you would have questions. From what I have been told from Radu, there are others of our kind in the village of Kresk, but they spent their entire lives here and do not have the level of different culture that you and I have.
If we could arrange it, and she kind of like pokes her head around the bookcase to see if Raz is listening. Would you want to leave with us if we could arrange it?
If it is something that is within your capabilities, I would not say no, and I would take advantage of that offer. However, you will find planar translocation is all but impossible within the confines of this valley.
I'm sure it is, though I have, very, very little knowledge on the subject. I meant more of escape from an alternative means. I don't really want to give you false hope, but we are searching for an alternative means of escape, since none of us could have ever hoped to really planar translocate.
That is fine. I don't worry about false hope. I stopped with that several years ago. And so the only hope is one you take in your own hands.
Sort of this muted
Regardless.
Sorry to interrupt your studies. It's just kind of like shuffle, 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 shuffle.
No, it is fine. Regardless, it was a pleasure making your acquaintance and meeting another of our kind who is also interested in the arcane. It is a rarity amongst this valley.
Yes, yeah, it is, and she just kind of, just keeps on sidling out. She doesn't really. Boy, this talking to other people part is hard. I'm stuck. Oh, that's the wall. Okay, sorry. Kind of pops back out, looks aside. It's like, I want to take her with us when we leave.
How exactly do you mean?
When we find out how we can leave, I would like to get her and take her with us.
Ah, that part.
Makes sense.
Oh, no, not the mansion. No, I meant Barovia, the valley. She knows what she meant, but her words were wrong, and it frustrates her a lot.
You see a blonde head of hair poking through the doorway. The bath is ready.
Apparently, I'm going to smell like lavender.
Enjoy, Nanaha.
I probably smell of death. I don't know the last time I've bathed since I died, so...
The last time,
no.
Literally.
What?
Yeah, Nanaha, you find a decently sized, large wash tub. There are several flower petals floating on the surface, and there is a very floral smell to the room. A fire is roaring underneath the cauldron, but there's several layers of metal mesh dispersing the heat.
Nanaha excitedly gets in and sinks up to so just her nostrils are showing.
It is very warming and comforting. The rest of you have some time before meeting up for supper if there's anything you wish to do.
I will attempt to make friends with Gregor.
Roll an animal handling at disadvantage.
God, here we go. Wow.
Yeah. It's okay, that's how I felt about you too. Just go back to the side of the room.
Axel's just going to flip through the dancing book and kind of like dance by himself through the room trying to figure this out.
Is he wearing still armor and stuff?
Oh yeah, he's wearing his armor.
Yeah.
Axel's not carrying it at all.
Yes, like
Roll a performance check.
here comes the nat 20. Almost.
I mean, I would put it probably at okay high school level dancing. You know, just the kind of like slow dance shuffle. Not too awkward, but nothing like, you know, nothing that would win any competitions.
I wonder what they want this. This seems like a lot of work.
You're really, really bad at it, though.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but still, I can't imagine. Like, it seems like it'd be really hard to be good at it.
Already pokes her head over his shoulders like, is what hard?
First of all, are you following the male or the female role?
That's a good. Like, actually starts flipping through the page.
You can tell which role it is based on which foot they move first. The female always moves their right foot first because women are always right.
Axel, you find in the book that there isn't really any gender-specific marcation. There is partner 1 and partner 2 for all instructions.
I was just doing the first part. I don't know which one that's supposed to be.
I'll go over and help Axel and be his partner too. If you can re-roll this, please.
I will allow another roll, one for Axel, one for Pocket.
Oh, I just wanted him to do it. All right. We'll both
Nope.
do it.
You're taking an active role, friend.
Oh shit!
All right, Pocket and I are dancing across the room.
Well, Axel's dancing across the room. Pocket's too focused on
having
Gregor.
the confidence of his longtime friend, and the fact that these books were written for two individuals to partake. Axel's performance is impressive, to say the least. Pocket, on the other hand, is doing his best not to fumble over himself or get his tail caught under Axel's grieved feet.
Maybe we were right to put them in the same room. Look at Axel.
Yeah, Axel is showing a grace that he rarely has seen. You have rarely seen from him before. Where Pocket is more akin to a wet sack of noodles flopping about.
When we stop, I kind of right Pocket. I was like, it's okay, buddy. It's probably a lot harder doing it backwards and in pause.
I thought I was pretty good.
Of course he did.
Hey, it wasn't much worse than what I was doing. It does help to have a partner, though. Still don't get it.
Learning. Alright, well, if there are no other tasks that need to be done, eventually you're all pulled together for dinner with Radu and Danya. Katerina comes in, grabs a plate of food, and leaves.
Oh, Verity looks a little hurt that she didn't stay, but, she was hoping for another at-bat of awkward social interaction where she tries to converse like a normal person.
You can try that with us, Verity.
Push the button down. Yeah, but you guys are really nice. And also, not a tiefling.
Do you want me to style my hair into horns? I don't think it would help, but I don't know.
That would be hilarious if you that would be hilarious for her to do if she was trying to bond with her. That would be...
Starts twisting up her hair, sees what Verity does.
The table? Really?
I don't know. I mean, I have hands. They're clean. My hair was freshly cleaned. I think everything's okay.
Does smell very floral.
I am the lavender one.
No, weren't you the... what did Otto say which one she was?
The sad one.
The sad one.
The sad
I'm trying to be the one, not the sad one. Thank you very much.
Did you just void me, Lumi?
Fluffy?
Or Fluffy?
Apparently.
Boy?
I don't know where... Hi, I don't know where Axel went. He went woof.
He went off the side of the screen to the left and down for me.
I think we both tried to move him at the same time, and our actions got added together.
Yeah.
The property of additive transitive movement. Axel's back in Krezg at this rate.
Here's a new Axel. I made a copy.
At some point, we'll just find Axel number 1. Like, the fuck happened to you guys?
Into the sunset.
Roz would take his food quickly, and then he would also go get clean, just without the floral accoutrements.
Okay. Sounds good. Fresh bathwater will be prepared for you, and you can go get clean.
He wouldn't even care about the fresh bathwater. He would just take whatever bucket is there full of regular cold water and just use that.
Alright, well, you can find water. There's still the floral cauldron that Nanaha has.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't use that.
You're going to need fresh bathwater, or you're going to smell just like me.
As much as it would be amusing for everyone else if Roz smelled like lavender, no.
Everybody else is seated at the table. Small talk is had. You kind of get the feeling as you're sitting there and talking with Radu and Danya. Danya is extremely, just over-enthusiastic about everything.
Throughout whatever random conversation, I will try to match her enthusiasm.
You certainly can.
Not to taunt her, but to totally be just like, oh my god, there's another happy person in this land at all.
Mm-hmm. Radu is very, subdued, and almost a little like when you talk with him when Danya's not around, he's more stern and focused, but when she's around, he's a little more flighty, just to the point where he's not as like laser focused.
Aw, she softens him up.
Yes, she does.
Cold orcish heart. Oh, half orcish. Sorry.
As you guys are sitting there, a few other humans that you haven't met come in, grab a plate of food, and you hear kind of communal eating sounds in the entry hall. In the entry hall where you first met Danya.
I think those are the guard.
Yep, and there's a couple of servants as well that you hadn't seen before. Anything y'all want to talk about, or are you just going to sit there and kind of like... So, how about sports team?
You're asking the wrong character for that.
So, did you find any good books? I wasn't allowed in. Maybe I'll be allowed in now that I smell better.
Don't worry about Danya. Danya. Don't worry about Katerina. She is... like I said, she is like that. She's very protective of her books.
I understand the keeping your hands clean thing. I get it. Books are a hard commodity, but, Still, did you find anything good?
Verity will sort of give her like the Cliff Notes version of the book that she read.
Nanaha is listening intently, thinks it's pretty cool. She likes a good story, even if she doesn't realize it's research.
God. What about Saya? She'll kind of poke around behind Nana. Saya, you've been quiet all evening. Something on your mind?
Not anything in particular. Just some dreams lately.
As in plural, or the same one multiple times?
You can see she really doesn't want to answer, but it's my grandfather reaching out to me.
I see. And she'll drop it, she's very aware of the face that I don't want to talk about it because that's how her face is most of the time. So if there's one expression she recognizes, it's that one.
She wouldn't mind explaining it to Verity, but going into the depth of where her magic comes from with other people who wouldn't necessarily understand, it's a lot more effort than she cares to put in.
They had a moment back at the winery when she callously asked if she's fine, and she callously stared right back. I thought maybe they might start to be friends, but who knows?
Hey, if Verity asks her later, she might answer. She just doesn't feel like answering in full detail with everybody.
Probably not a good table conversation anyway.
So how did you two find yourself in the employ of Mr. von Holtz?
Well, that is a very funny story. So, I used to be from Alakai. Many years ago, I actually used to be a serving maiden for the Wachter family. And, well, one day, Lord von Holtz came by and was doing business with them, since they are the most wealthy in the village. And, well, I feel embarrassed saying this around Radu, but I had a bit of a crush on Lord von Holtz when I saw him. And he took pity on me since she followed him like a puppy.
A crush can do that.
I would have put it a little more gently. I am a maiden, after all. You have to respect my dignity. But I followed him back to his estate, and This was about 2-3 years ago. And I've been working for him. And then I met this roguish individual. I believe the term you're looking for is rugged. Oh, is that not what roguish means? No, look at the cat. The tabaxi, that is roguish. Oh, well.
Oh,
you
I
see,
thought that meant handsome.
it does.
You.
I myself used to be a citizen of Kresk, but the wildlife really loses its splendor when there is not much change day to day. So I would climb the walls to try and see the valley. I was caught, and rightly so, my ventures over the walls were deemed a risk, and I was asked to leave. Lord Van Holtz took a shine to me somehow, I don't know why, but the man is talented when it comes to artistry and business, but he has no acumen for manual labor, for raising animals, for building, chopping wood, cooking. And so I offered my services, as many of these tasks I had picked up while in Kresk. And, well, as we worked together here, Danya and I took a shining to each other, and we were wed.
Well, it's good that she followed him home like a puppy then.
I would prefer if you said followed on or floated on the weeds of love. But I guess puppy works.
I happen to really like dogs. Don't mind me. I think puppy is endearing. But floated on the wings of love. Still,
What brought you all here, other than obviously needing a dress? Which one of you is getting married? She looks excitedly at Saya and Verity and Nanaha.
Our employer is getting.
Oh,
Saya looks very uncomfortable at the thought of marriage.
Yeah, that whole side of the table is minus Nanaha is just like blanching.
Kind of a similar story to your husband. We are in the employ of a man who is talented in his field, but not one to travel the world, or not very versed in those sorts of things. So he needed us to go find this for him.
exciting. That sounds like the start of an adventure.
Oh,
Dear.
absolutely.
Dear, not all of the stories you read from the library are factual. She looks, wait, really? You really thought the story about the young maiden who traveled the world and fell in love with a dragon lord was real? Katerina told me it was real.
I thought it was real. I've heard that story.
I've been
He
to
knows
a
what-
lot of strange places that could be a real tale of.
See, I knew our new friends would stand by me with this. And she kind of sticks her tongue playfully out at him. Fine. Well, I should be cleaning up. It's late, and you should be getting some rest so you can leave once you have received your goods.
Thank you for a wonderful meal.
Thank you again for your hospitality. You are incredibly kind.
This was super delicious. You're really good at it.
Oh, thank you. I try to do a good job. Danya at this point grabs your hand and runs everyone upstairs. You see the black mastiff Boot running down the stairs after running out of one of the bedrooms. She runs in, runs out. I'm sorry, the bed in Lord Van Holt's chambers is not as well made as it was, it seems. Boot got a little rambunctious after Lord Van Holt's left.
Dogs are apt to do that. They probably misses them.
Probably. Alright, so she points out who's gonna be all staying together.
Apparently, Pocket and I.
I'll sleep wherever.
Are there not enough rooms for everyone to have their own minus the two that we've already mentioned?
There are 4 rooms, so each one, so they would require either 2 paired and 2 getting their own room, or
You guys can
I don't
roll
know.
dice to see who gets stuck with the emotional rock.
I think we lost Lumi.
What are the creepy looking statue things?
they're
Just Kazans.
suits of armor.
And the suit of armor that I am next to, I'm gonna poke it. Is it alive?
You poke it and your claw kind of scratches against the metal. It stands there.
I only require a few hours of rest. Y'all can take the beds. I'll be fine out here.
Well, come, let me set you up for your rooms. So there is a room with a balcony. There is the main chambers. And then there are 2 smaller bedrooms.
We're taking the one with the balcony.
Behave, Pocket. Nanaha inquires if she can borrow the book for dancing.
Axel flips it over to her as he's walking off with Pocket.
She'll wander off into one of the single rooms and start humming to herself, trying to do the dance moves too.
Oh, looks like I forgot a Nanaha token.
Woo, I'm not going crazy.
No, just me. Alright, so you want a single.
Yeah, she'll go humming and dancing off in her own room.
Okay, then I guess Saya get... Well,
Saya
I'm gonna have you
doesn't
take
an issue.
the main chambers, because that's the one that's currently dogged.
Yeah, I'd be the least likely to squabble about it.
In fact, at this point, as the bed kind of creaks a little bit, you see this black mastiff running back in and jumping into bed.
All right, come back. You'll probably actually see her later in the night dancing with the mastiff, like holding his paws and trying to practice the moves.
And Roz, you go trance because elves are cool.
You can still train with me later that night. It's just for the little bit. Probably going to be dancing with the dog because it's funny.
We'll be wrapping it up shortly, but all of the rooms are finely furnished, the beds are well made, and the mattresses are incredibly comfortable. Everything about this house is perfect. Like, everything's well kept, nothing is creaking or groaning,
Was too perfect.
and you all find yourself settling down for a night rest. Pocket and Axel,
You're welcome.
as you blow out the candles and turn down the fire, kind of spreading the logs apart, you hear the sound of something clanking in the rafters above.
Something tells me we should check that out.
Yeah, probably.
Can the two of you please roll me perception checks?
Swear if it's that fucking cat.
Axel, you see something lurking amongst the rafters. A small, spindly man, not much larger than a child. A flash of light from the burning embers illuminates his face, which is painted like a grinning jack-o'-lantern.
Well, that's horrifying.
What the fuck? Who are you?
Who's what? Oh,
See strange metallic face tilting upside down from above the rafters. There's the jingling of bells attached to the jester's hat that is affixed upon its head.
Linsky?
It tilts its head at you
I was just thinking the same thing.
and drops to the ground with a metal clank.
Is the
obviously-
body metal?
It's obvious that you're not looking at a small man, but a mockery of one. This thing is not a creature of flesh and bone, but a construct made of dyed leather stitched and tightly wrapped over an articulated frame. You hear the soft tumbling and clicking of gears. It tilts its head to the side as Pocket and Axel look at it, and you hear the clicking of the gears inside of it.
Axel.
Get the others.
As I'm looking
as
at
you-
this, that. Oh, sorry.
As you say, get the others, the little humanoid figure, puts its hands out, motioning for you to stop, and then shakes its head no as the bells jingle.
I'll stop and I'll look right at Axel.
What's your game, Tin Man?
It shrugs, and you see its face is completely expressionless. Its mouth, its jaw opens slightly, but it can't make an expression. I've shared a handout in the journal if you want to know what this individual looks like.
That's the.
Oh, that is fucking horrifying.
Yo.
As you say, what's your game, Tin Man? It does a little jaunty jig as the bells on its hat jingle.
Can we help you?
And at this point, that would be a good point to end the session.